In the future, any newborn is executed on the spot, because by then, humans have fully achieved immortality. But with limited resources, the authorities decree, if no one dies by accident, no new humans may be born. Humanity wins immortality, at the cost of snuffing out countless new lives. When having children becomes a luxury right, if it were you, what would you choose? To keep the population flat, the government forms kill squads to deal with illegal births. Jack is one of them. That day, he gets a tip from a concerned citizen. There may be an illegally born child in an apartment building. He leads a team over, kicks the door in, and finds piles of rotting trash and a fridge full of moldy vegetables. In the immortal society, to cap resource use, the authorities ration supplies per head. If someone breaks the birth ban, there's one more mouth to feed, but the rations don't change, so these families are usually destitute. Worse, the immortal who gives birth loses immortality and ages fast. Even so, some people are just tired of living and will risk the law to pass on life. A teammate who got there first is reading the birth ban statute to a hunched old woman. Two pale, frail kids stand by her, hidden indoors since birth, never seeing sunlight, skin ghostly white. The woman begs them to spare the kids even if it costs her own life. But Jack, as an enforcer, raises his gun coldly. In this society, having children is the original sin. After he kills the two children, he turns to leave, only to run into the children's father coming home. One look at the squad and the man knows.
Oh my God, you fucking monster!
He charges them in a rage, and you can guess the rest. Shot dead on the spot, blood splattering the wall, a grim joke on this pathetic immortality. Seeing their end, something in Jack's chest flinches. He doesn't linger, drives his bat-shaped flying car out of the slums. By then, the rich have already moved their homes above the clouds. Back in the wealthy district, Jack slips into a sharp suit and heads to his girlfriend's party. On stage, Alice is radiant, skin like porcelain, charisma in every move. You'd never guess the music superstar has lived for centuries. To Alice, giving up the most useless right, the right to have kids, buys immortality. And that's perfect. She jokes that if she weren't born in the immortal era, she'd marry Jack. Might even give up her career and have his kids. She makes promises that can't possibly happen and misses how Jack is changing. Staring at the child's blood still on his hands, he doubts his work for the first time. Looking at the old souls hiding in these young bodies, his chest starts to ache. Thinking of the boy he shot that day, immortality suddenly feels like a cage. The next day, Jack takes Alice to the Immortality Medical Center. Even immortals' bodies break down, but with treatment, special drugs injected, the age lines on Alice's face fade before your eyes, and in no time, she's glamorous again. On the ride back, newly youthful Alice wants to get intimate right there, but the same little dinosaur toy in the car is a thorn, non-stop reminding Jack of that child. He's not in the mood, says he has a mission, and goes back to the surface alone. Ever since that kill, he can't focus. The child's face keeps flashing in his mind. In a daze, he notices the toy's label and follows the lead to a long-forgotten toy store. In an age that bans births, a store like this still exists, and someone's shopping. The woman sees him, panics, and bolts for the door. Jack puts it together and tails her quietly to a crumbling shack. Peeking in, he sees a little girl. The woman clearly had an illegal child and is just as hard up. Jack doesn't call it in. He motions for the frightened woman to sit and asks why she'd give up immortality and comfort to raise a child in this dark corner. She just glances at the child, a tender smile tugging at her lips. Turns out she's lived over 300 years, had everything she wanted, tried everything she wanted, and gone from the high of immortality to numbness. Life kept getting